All right. Good evening, YouTube. My name's Ed. Welcome to Monday Night Live. We are talking credit cards and travel hacking, and excited to be hanging out tonight. We're got a few different areas we're going to be looking into tonight. Going to be taking a look at a hotel outside of Manhattan that I booked with points. So I'm going to show that and why I booked that. I'm going to be taking a look at the credit card Reddit subreddit, looking at some of the top posts over there. We have some things I think are fairly interesting. And then also I threw on Instagram a little Q&A asking people for their questions. So we've gotten some responses, so we'll take a little bit of time to answer those too. But so we're gonna be a little bit all over the place tonight, but it should be fun. Enjoy hanging out with everybody. All right. Hey, if you were with us on the last live stream, I applied live for the Capital One Venture X. That's actually also the most recent video. I did a video on the Venture X on my channel. That video I think came out last Monday. You can go back and watch it if you have not seen it. A lot of people resonating with this video, which is really, really great. I think what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of people that are feeling the same way that I'm feeling related to the Venture X and it requiring the travel portal. But then conversely, I'm also seeing on Reddit that, hold on, someone, I think I just had this. I think I just had us pull this up. Yeah. Here, let me share this. Share screen. So this person said, wanting to apply for the Venture X, being forced to use the portal doesn't feel right. Should I look for non-portal cards, or am I making a big deal? Just edit on this. This person also saw the 90,000 mile offer and couldn't miss the opportunity, so he did apply and get approved, which is great. Obviously, this is literally the exact same thing that happened to me live during the last live stream. I had all but rolled out the Capital One Venture X for my own personal use case because the travel portal was kind of putting me off. If you're not familiar, the Venture X is a $395 annual fee. You get $300 travel credit, but you have to use that credit inside of their travel portal. And so that can be rather limiting. And so I go over all the reasons why in my last video. If you want all that information, go back and check that out. But I literally was live on here and I saw the 90,000 point offer and I thought, okay, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to apply for 90,000 points. So went ahead and did that. Oh yeah, I'm at the Trevi Fountain tonight. Heyo. Trevi Fountain. You know what's so interesting about the Trevi Fountain that I've seen this a little bit on like TikTok, but they clean it like once or twice a week, and make sure you know when they're cleaning the Trevi Fountain so that you did not go to visit the Trevi Fountain and the whole thing is drained. That's kind of like a pro tip. Because I've seen people on TikTok saying they did not know the schedule and they show up to the Trevi Fountain and it was cleaned out. So make sure you know the cleaning schedule of the Trevi Fountain if you are going to see that in Rome. Anyways, back to the Venture X. So yeah, literally I saw the 90,000 point offer. I could not pass that up. And so I applied, but it was literally after I applied. This isn't the smartest strategy. I'm not necessarily advocating this for everybody because of one, I did not use their pre-approval tool. So I literally had no idea if I was going to get approved or not. I probably would recommend using their pre-approval tool, but honestly, sometimes I think credit card companies like use pre-approval tools to kind of like get you to not apply. Like I almost feel like their algorithms and pre-approval tools are harder than actually just applying. I don't have any proof of that. I'm just hypothesizing, but anyways, I didn't use it. And I only applied for the entertainment of the live stream. So I don't recommend that, but I did it. And yeah, I got approved. But the thing about thing about this, he's saying every year I spend about $4,000 on flights. He spent $4,100 this year, another $300-400 on rental cabs, or rental cab cars. The thing that I found when looking up the travel portal is the ability to do rental cars through it. And that is huge for me because I feel like at least once a year I'm doing a rental car, sometimes twice a year. So the fact that I have this in my back pocket, that I know that's an expense I'm already going to be making at least probably one time a year. Now I can make that through the travel portal. And it feels like I'm not being forced to spend money that I wouldn't have otherwise spent, right? Because that's what we want to avoid. We don't want cards to force us to spend money that we otherwise would not have spent. I see this happening all the time, especially with cards like the Amex Platinum, these large coupon book style cards where the Amex Platinum, they love. This card gets, I'm going to be talking about YouTuber shilling cards later too, but this card gets hammered so much, especially on like the Points Guy. And I love the Points Guy. I'm not slamming them, but like they promote this card so much, way more than they probably should, if I'm being honest. Because for most people, this $695 annual fee is not going to be worth it. But when you market this, when you look at this, they say you can get over $1,500 in value. The way you do that is through these like coupon book style rewards. But for example, if I don't have Walmart Plus now, to get this card just so I can get a $155 Walmart Plus credit, which essentially gives me Walmart Plus for a full year, this card is then forcing me to spend money I wasn't already spending. I hope this makes sense. That's not my goal. Like, that's not what I want to do. I want my cards to supplement the spending I'm already doing so that it gives me free points, and then I can use that for free travel, #team travel. So I'm not down with this. And so back to the Venture X, like this guy, he's saying he spends 300 or 400 years on rental car. To me, that's a no-brainer. He obviously should get this card. And so assuming he's aware that those are in the portal. But even for hotels, the thing about me is, for my wife and I, we get 6 free hotel nights a year between Hyatt, IHG, and Marriott. So that pretty much covers us for a full year. We always have trips coming up that we have to use those cards, like before a cruise, after a cruise, maybe we do a 2-night getaway, something like it hands down 6 nights a year. That just feels almost perfect for us in this season of life. So like, that's great. Now I have this other card that I now need to spend at least $300 in this travel portal to get the credit to force me for a 7th hotel night. I mean, it's possible. It's possible that we might have 7 hotel nights a year and need to do that. But definitely rental car. So that's kind of what I found through doing that. But, I also, and guys, I'm not kind of ratting myself out here for a second, but I honestly didn't realize some of the perks that the Venture X had until after I applied. It was live when I was live on the air last week, because some of these things, the 10,000 anniversary miles, it's about $100, which is great. I already have this credit on another card, but if you don't have it, it's fantastic. TSA pre-check, global entry, definitely want that. If you travel, it makes travel so much easier. I went on a trip this past week. I got to go not in the Capital One Lounge. I went into the Priority Pass at the Pittsburgh airport. It was fantastic. Went in, got free breakfast. I was traveling with other people, so they were able to get in free with me. We all got little snacks and stuff, all for free. It was awesome. I mean, that alone, if I would have got that amount of food and drink, just if buying it on myself, I don't know, not kidding, at an airport, you're probably talking $50-60. Like we had a lot of, between the 4 of us, we had a lot of food, a lot of drinks. So that was really great. So I got to take advantage of that like immediately. I also, I used the card. Where's it at? I don't see it on here. I used the card to book a rental car. So I booked with Hertz for the trip. Yeah, it's gonna be over here. So get Hertz President Circle status. I think that I had a regular sedan. They upgraded me to a larger sedan. It was a smaller thing, so it wasn't like they were gonna like do a luxury thing or anything. They didn't. It was a regional airport I was flying into, so this wasn't a large Hertz. So, but if to be able to use President Circle, which basically you can you skip the rental counter, you just walk to a car and grab it and go. That's gonna be super nice. I definitely would have used this when my son and I went to Orlando a few 6 weeks ago or whatever. So that would have been really great. But I immediately got to do that. I used my card to pay for the rental thing, which got me primary car insurance. Like, that's insane. So most likely, I mean, my regular car insurance would have covered it, but the fact that Capital One Venture X is also giving me primary insurance, that's awesome. So anyways, a lot of great value from the Venture X. I'm really glad I applied. Obviously, I'm really glad I got approved. And there was someone. No, I don't have it. So I saw someone on Reddit worried about the hit that your credit takes whenever you apply. And if you got low credit, I mean, that might be a thing. Or if you have a application for like a mortgage coming up, or you're trying to get a car loan coming up, having some of these hard inquiries on your account isn't great. So I typically recommend people, if you can put a 6-month buffer in between like a car loan or a mortgage, that's probably good. Like, a 6 months between your last credit card application and one of those other types of loans. If you can go farther out than that, that's even better. But honestly, probably as short as 3 months, you're probably okay. So for people with good credit, I was talking to a gentleman today, and he was nervous about the type of hit that his credit takes, but it's minimal and it's fleeting. Once you start paying this card on time, your credit score ultimately is going to go up because you're getting more credit limit, you're paying it on time, getting on-time payments. You have a higher credit available to you, but you're using less overall, which means your credit utilization goes down. There's so many reasons why it benefits your credit. I have another video on that. You can go check that out. But yeah, so very exciting. Capital One Venture X, the newest addition to my wallet. My wife and I are still on our way to earning the bonus. Let's see where we're at. I think we had to do 4,000 in 3 months, and we are not putting, guys, like we're not spending money we do not have. That is a rule of the channel. Treat a credit card like a debit card. We're paying it off every month. We have no credit card debt. We have over 30 cards between the two of us. No credit card debt. This card, we're just putting our normal everyday spend. So far we've put $1,144.93 on the card. So I don't know, like $2,800 left to go, and plenty of time. We got to hit it by December 20th. So we got lots of time to hit that. We still got all our Christmas spending, lots of things. I'll be honest though, I'm trying to hit it quick because I got some more cards in the pipeline. So if you're interested, I'll tell you what I have my eye on right now. Chase Inc. business card lineup. They dropped some new bonuses. Best offer returns, $900 cash back. If you have a card like the Chase Inc. Business Preferred, which I do have, or if you also have like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which is a personal card, and you already are in the Ultimate Rewards ecosystem, whenever you get another Chase card, like the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited, and it says $900 cash back, that's actually 90,000 Ultimate Rewards points. So this is a 90,000 bonus points. Like over here, it says bonus points, right? Don't be confused when it says bonus cash over here. Really, it's bonus points. So these are both 90,000 Ultimate Reward point offers. Check this out. No annual fee cards. Now, the hang up here that everyone's going to be concerned about is that these are business cards. But I cannot stress this enough. Every single person is eligible to get a business card. If you have ever sold something on Facebook Marketplace, if you have, ever done the smallest side hustle, made friendship bracelets for Taylor Swift, sold them to a friend. If you, I don't know, whatever, have a photography business, anything, like literally anything you have ever done to earn money outside of your normal job, you can get this card. I'm not asking you to lie to Chase, because when you fill this application out, what you would do, it's very, very simple. I am, pick which one. You're going to say you're the owner, fill out your normal stuff. When you get the tax ID, you're going to pick Social Security, putting in your personal Social Security number. Then total gross income, you're going to put your personal income. For legal business structure, you're going to pick sole proprietorship. Legal name is just going to be your name. Desired business name on card is just going to be your name. Do you do business under another name? No. SSN again. Pretty easy. Business established date, you can pick January of this year. My revenue, you can put $0 if you want. You can say, I'm expecting to make $100 this year, right? I'm not telling you to lie. What are you going to make off Facebook Marketplace this year selling crap, if that's going to be your business? There's tons of different categories here, so pick the one that makes sense. Monthly spend, again, you can literally put, I don't know, $10. Like, do not lie. You can say 0 if you want. Some of this stuff, they know that when you're applying as a sole proprietorship, these are going to be low amounts. They're looking at your SSN, which is going to look at your personal credit score. They're looking at your total income. That's what they're looking for. So the main point here is, do not get hung up that this is a business card. If you've never applied for a business card, maybe this is a good place to start. But if you want to pursue these cards, make sure you have another Chase card that's already earning you Chase Ultimate Rewards points, like the Chase Ink Business Preferred, or like the personal side, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Those both have $95 annual fee. This one has 100,000 bonus after you do 8,000 and spend in 3 months. If you can hit that, amen, go for it. The Chase Sapphire Preferred, I'm pretty sure is just 60,000 points after 4,000 and spend in 3 months, probably. Yeah. So this is their standard offer. I mean, it's pretty much their offer all the time. So make sure you have one of these cards, an Ultimate Rewards earning card. You can also have the Chase Sapphire Reserved. But again, I would recommend the Chase Ink Business Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Preferred. If you have those, if you're someone watching has those, these two cards here, man, really, really great. Look at the bonuses, 6,000 in 3 months. That's doable for my family. Put roughly 2,000 and spend a month on these cards. It's a little, it's tight. And but especially with Christmas coming up, we're gonna have some additional spending going on. We have a trip coming up in February, so like there's always some spikes like in our spending. So with these random spikes throughout the year and with our normal everyday spend, I feel like we can get this. So these two cards are definitely on my radar. I'm hoping to hit my bonus on the Capital One Venture X fairly quickly, so that then either Katie or I could do that. Another hot tip, if you're watching, I already had the Chase Ink Business Preferred. So if I use my referral link for the Chase Ink Business Preferred, when I generate that referral link and send it to Katie, it gives her the option to pick any of these 4 cards. So I don't even need to have the Chase Ink Business Unlimited in order to refer her to it, because I'm basically referring her to this page. Okay. Here's why this is so great. The bonus right now for referral bonuses on business cards is 40,000 Chase points. So if I refer Katie to get this, and we get this bonus, that's 90,000 points for the bonus. 6,000 in spend, let's just call it 1x. So that's another 6,000 points plus a 40,000 referral bonus, 136,000 points. We're staring down the pipeline for getting one of these 2 cards. If we get one, we're going to try and get the other before these bonuses end. So typically these unique bonuses last for a few months. So time is of the essence whenever you see some of these really peak offers. However, don't lose sleep. The credit card game is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So lots of time to get cards over the lifetime, lots of trips to take. So that's that. I did want to show, I'm supposed to go on a cruise next week. This trip might be changing, but disregard that fact for right now. We're cruising out of Manhattan. So I came to this conclusion that I needed to figure out a place to stay near Manhattan, but then I also need a place to park my car for the duration of the cruise. So we're going out of the Manhattan Cruise terminal. And as you can expect, there is on-site parking, but it's $45 a night. It was going to be a 7-night cruise. So I don't know, what is that? Over $300, something like that, $315 maybe. That's a lot of money to park my car. Also, that means I got to drive my car into Manhattan, which I'm not opposed to, but like driving in Manhattan, whatever. I just don't want to do it. So I wanted to find a hotel outside of Manhattan where I could leave my car for the whole week potentially for free. I also was looking for a hotel to stay for free. So I went and figured out what points I had. And I had a Marriott certificate from owning the Marriott Bonvoy. Oh my gosh, I always forget the names. All of their credit card names are so similar. Annoying. I think I don't even know what card I have. They can't tell. I think it's the Boundless, which also right now 3 free nights for signing up is a pretty crazy bonus. Let's look at this. Is this the $95 annual fee one? Yeah, $95 annual fee. You get a free night every year. So like I have this. This is pretty great though. 3 free nights. Signing this up. It's a pretty great card. So we have that card. I got a free night in the pipeline. So I ended up booking the Aloft Sea Caucus Meadowlands is in Jersey. Check this out. So right now it's only an 18-minute drive from here. I think I saw like on peak times it's like 25 minutes. The plan is to Uber from there. It's about a $40 Uber ride. So $40 Ubers, so $80 in Ubers round trip, way cheaper than parking my car at the terminal for over $300 for 7 days. The nice thing about this Aloft Sea Caucus hotel is come on. The nice thing about this is I was able to use my free night certificate. I had to top it off with a few extra points because it was like, I think my certificate is worth 35,000 points and I think the hotel was 39,000. So I topped it off for another 4. Honestly, it's not a phenomenal redemption, but Marriott doesn't have great redemptions across the board. I could do the cent per point, but I'm not going to right now. The main thing about this, actually, it's probably even easier to show you where I just was in Google Maps. The main thing about this is, look, their hotel is in like this parking lot that shares with Buffalo Wild Wings and Red Robin. So when I saw that on Google Maps, I thought, oh man, this parking lot is basically free parking. So I called them and asked them directly. I said, hey, can I leave my car? I'm staying here on this night. Can I leave my car there for 7 days while I go on the cruise? And they said, absolutely. It doesn't cost anything. All you got to do is check it in with the hotel. They'll put a little like label in the car. Bada bing, bada boom. I could, park in one of these spots next to the hotel. Car is safe. Uber to and from the thing. So I wanted to bring this up just because this is such a small thing, but when we talk about credit cards and travel hacking, I'm trying to figure out the best and cheapest ways to get what I want. I wanted to take this cruise. It's going out of Manhattan. And so I wanted to find a way to park for free. I wanted to find a way where I wasn't going to have to pay for parking. So the nice thing is I found this. pretty cheap Uber rides back and forth. And now that this trip actually might be changing, I might not be going on this cruise. What's interesting is because I booked it with points, I can cancel it up to like 24 hours of, before the hotel. And so no harm, no foul. That points, that free night certificate is going to come back into my account, and I can reuse those points and book something else. So just wanted to bring that up to say, like, don't automatically assume that you have to park where they tell you to park. I did look up other parking things in Manhattan, and everywhere in Manhattan is just so expensive to park, right? There was there's a Courtyard by Marriott and like the same thing. I called them and asked them if I could park there for free. And they said their answer was, you can, but we have a parking garage that we share, which I assume is this building right here. And we're not responsible for your car. So that felt way less safe to me than these guys saying, yeah, definitely. You can stay parked outside and put a little piece of paper in your car and you're good to go. So we ended up choosing that one. So really great option. All right, we are going to Instagram. I can't put this on the screen at the moment. We've got a question. If someone was trying to get into credit cards without credit history, what would you suggest? This is an extremely common question that I get. I probably should do a whole dedicated video to it. But there's a lot of different options. I have a few that I pulled up here. The main thing that I want to tell people about is you're likely looking for a secured credit card. What is a secured credit card? A secured credit card is a line of credit where you are going to pay a cash deposit up front to guarantee your credit line. So what's that mean? So you're going to pay, for example, for this Discover It cashback, I believe the deposit is $200. So when you apply and get approved for this card, up front, you have to pay $200. I know that sounds, well, like I don't have any money anyways. Like, how am I going to do that? But this is the way this process would work if you were using credit cards to do this. You have to put up that $200 deposit. Then your credit line in that card is $200. And so you can spend. So you pay $200. Now you have this gap of $200 that you're eligible to spend. As you put purchases on the card and you pay it off, you're just going to kind of be going up and down within this $200 limit. But if you put $200 on that card and you do not pay it off, and you just decide to say, well, screw Discover, I'm not going to pay it, they already have your $200 deposit. So they don't care. They're like, whatever. Like we're doing you a favor by giving you this line of credit, letting you make on-time payments so that you can build credit. And to be honest, it is one of the easiest ways to do it. The nice thing about something like a secured card that's going to help you build credit history, after a certain amount of months, they will automatically review the status of your account with them. And if you're in good standing, if you have like for the Discover It, I believe it's 7 months. After 7 months, if you made 7 months of on-time payments, no late payments, like no problems, they will automatically review that, see you're in good standing, and they'll give you that $200 deposit back. So you get that deposit back, and now you have an unsecured card. They will transition it to an unsecured Discover It, and you continue to use it like normal. The nice thing about this card is it has 2% cash back at gas station and restaurants, up to $1,000 in each quarter, which is plenty. That's great. I mean, for young people who most likely are the people that are interested in building this credit, getting 2% across the board on gas station and restaurants, I mean, those are probably two of your highest expenses. So really, really good option there. Get unlimited dollar-for-dollar match of all your cash back at the end of your first year automatically. This is just a nice little perk. So once they add it all up, if you end up getting, I don't know, $100 cash back over the course of the year, they'll double it automatically at the end of the year, $200, which is really cool. A few different other things here. Nothing to brag about, but no annual fee, high APR. But again, that does not matter because you're using a credit card like a debit card, so you don't need to worry about the interest rates. But yeah, automatic reviews starting at 7 months. Reports to all 3 major credit bureaus. Oh, here, and then it compares with some other ones. The Platinum Secured is another one. I think I have it pulled up right here. So it does a little comparison. Automatic review. That's interesting. Do they not have a review? They probably, you know what? Their review, I think, is after 6 months. Yeah. Be automatically considered for a higher credit line as well as 6 months. That's why, obviously, Discover is going to be like, do they do it after 7 months? We do. They don't. It's like, actually, they do it after 6. So that's lame. But it's on Discover's website. So what are you going to do? They're gonna say they're the best. Rewards. I don't even know what. Let's just go to the major. Let's just go here. Their deposit, you can do a few different options: $49.99 or $200. That might be nice for you. Maybe you only can justify doing a $50 deposit for this card. You get a credit card, a $50 limit. Literally, what you do, you go fill up your gas tank, $50. Swipe this card, pay it off right away, right? And you're just going to do that over and over and over again. A ton of on-time payments over and over and over again. Do that just consistently for 6 months. You get automatically reviewed. Everything goes good. They give you your deposit back. All good to go. The one nice thing about this card, both of these cards actually, is they don't have foreign transaction fees. So maybe you're like a student going overseas, something like that. It's really nice to have a card like that. And the other really good thing for this card, for both of these cards, here it's saying build credit history, no credit score required to apply. This one says if you're in a phase of rebuilding credit, meaning I've defaulted on a loan more than once, or I've been declined for a card in the last 3 months. I mean, these are cards for the lowest of low credit, and no one's judging you for that. That's just where you're at in life. So these are really phenomenal cards to get you started. Capital One also has this Quicksilver card, which is pretty nice, pretty straightforward. Earn 1.5 cash back on everything. Again, they're requiring $200 minimum deposit. They say you need a fair credit limit, meaning that could mean you've defaulted on a loan in the last 5 years or limited credit card history. So again, this is for people with low credit, $0 annual fee. It also has a no foreign transaction fee. So a lot of good options here. So Quicksilver secured from Capital One, Platinum secured from Capital One, and to Discover It secured. Those would probably be my top 3. To Discover It secured is definitely at the top. Also, if you're like a student, I think there's a Capital One has the Saver One student card. Can you just take me to the thing? If you are a student, look, fair credit level. So we're looking at that. Unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, gas store, $0 earn your annual fee. Plus you can earn a $50 cash bonus. How do you do that? $50 cash bonus after you spend $100 on purchases within 3 months of account opening. You have to have a student. Probably the way they do that is you need a student email address, like an EDU email address. Well, look at this, NerdWallet, best of 2023. Didn't know that. No foreign transaction fee, lets you build your thing. Complimentary 10% back on Uber Eats, which is kind of nice. 1 monthly membership fee covered through November. That's cool. Get 1 month of what is that called? Uber One? I don't know. Capital One Entertainment, 8% cash back. Wasn't Taylor Swift's tour a Capital One tour? I feel like it was. 8% cash back on Taylor Swift tickets. Come on, y'all. Capital One portal. Yeah. So anyways, if you're a student looking to build credit, this is a really great option. I'd probably go this direction before you go to a secure card. But yeah, that was one of the questions on Instagram for tonight. All right. Oh, these business cards. I want them so bad. They're coming. All right. Here's where we're going to land. We're going to land at a few of the most popular Reddit posts from the last week. And we're going to do this one last. I just thought this was cool. I've been doing it wrong for 10 years. Thanks to this subreddit for opening my eyes. This guy says him and his wife have an airline card for 10 plus years. That was their only card. They gained points on it and basically found this subreddit. And, he said, we switched to the Venture X. And he said the biggest thing for him is the flexibility, right? That he can get the best deals on flights, mainly through transfer partners. I'm telling this to people all the time. Things like Chase Ultimate Reward Points, American Express membership reward points, Citi thank you points, Capital One miles. Flexible currencies are the best thing in the credit card world. Lets you go to multiple different, transfer out to multiple different partners, and you can really get a lot of value that way. So I love this. I love that. This was just posted 10 hours ago by this guy. So really pumped for him. This is the same thing that happened to me. It was a few years back. I went on YouTube and I said, how can I travel for free? Found credit card YouTube. And this is where I've ended up. Someone tried to redeem my Ultimate Rewards to their bank account. This is crazy. I thought it was going to be something like they didn't have 2FA set up or something like that. But they were able to call in with nothing more than card information and my address. Now, the card info means like the card info got hacked, right? Like somehow black market, somehow. So that's a lot of information. But then they were able to change all the stuff on his account. And he said he didn't get triggered until they tried to redeem the points. So even as he was changing the password and stuff, he wasn't getting an email. That's a little sketch from Chase. He says, I now have a verbal password. I think that's something I'm going to just look into. Obviously, I've never had this happen. But one thing is going to be super easy. Go in the Chase app and go to the chat and say, hey, can I set up a verbal password for my account? I think that's probably a smart thing for everyone to do, given seeing this Reddit post. So that's something I'm going to be doing. Love the Chase app. It is so easy to do customer service through that chat. I talk about that in my video titled Start with Chase. So check that out if you want more information. Who actually covered? We're going to skip that one. I haven't read this yet, but I thought it was funny. World of Hyatt plus Chase Ultimate Awards. Will the gravy train ever end? I'm concerned that I would spend a year or two accumulating points to only have this transfer and devalue the transfer CPP value. It seems from my research, Hyatt is one of the best. Running the Chase trifecta. Okay. This guy's hitting on a few interesting things. The Hyatt as a transfer partner from Chase is by far one of the best transfer partners of Chase. Hyatt right now, in my opinion, IHG probably a close second. Hyatt is the best hotel chain with their point redemptions right now. It's solely based on how these hotels are valuing how many points it takes to book a room and how easy it is to get points. So Marriott is just insane. Like the cost to book a room is always like 40,000 and higher. 40,000 points in Hyatt can get you a Grand Hyatt in Paris. I mean, so it's just wild how these two chains differentiate that. So will the gravy train ever end? Yeah, maybe. Platforms, vendors are changing how they value points all the time. So I'm also in an accumulating phase because I don't have a primary thing that I'm trying to go after right now, but you need to be aware that point devaluations happen all the time. Just happened with Delta. Delta actually seems to be maybe walking back some of the recent changes they made. We're not going to get into that, but it happens all the time. So if you got points, I kind of want to encourage you to use them. If you got a trip this year and you can use them to get value on a trip you're taking anyways, go for it, because you never know when point devaluations are going to come and your points are going to be worth as much. Navy Federal requires you to set up verbal passwords for their credit cards. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that another credit card company that does require it, but it's definitely nice to know that you can do it with Chase. The problem with Navy Federal is not everybody can get it, right? It's a credit union. You kind of have to have an in. So there's some okay cards in their sphere, but even their okay cards, when I compare with Chase, I tend to really like going with some of these bigger banks that have these travel partners out. Really enjoy the transfer benefits to Hyatt and Status. Otherwise, I think you're not getting the full benefits. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And when you get a bunch of Chase points and you can transfer to Hyatt, you really see how you can maximize Chase points. I mean, it's what takes Chase points being valued at 1 cent per point, 1.25 cents per point, to doing redemptions of 4, 5, 20 cent per point redemptions with Hyatt. I mean, it's pretty crazy the type of stays you can get with Hyatt. So, but to this guy's question, will the gravy train ever end? It might. No signs of that, but things are always shifting in the credit card sphere. So Marriott a few years back came out and had some changes. IHG a few years back came out and had some changes. So very possible that Hyatt could potentially be changing things in the future too. But for the time being, they haven't, and there's no signs that they are slowing down. So will the gravy train ever end? Maybe, but no signs yet. So keep accumulating, but also take a trip. Quarter life crisis 31. Take a trip. And last thing, YouTube credit card reviewers being barred from mentioning Discover. This guy says on Proud Money. Proud Money is a YouTube channel, if you're not familiar. On their latest video, which was a short, this guy posted this comment, preventing them from mentioning Discover cards because they are being paid by competing banks' cards. How could anyone now trust the impartiality of what any of these agreed to these restrictions have to say? How do you trust someone who tells you this is the best 5% cashback or best starter card or best secure card or best student card when they're contractually obligated to not even say the name of what is objectively one of the best cards in all of those categories? The YouTube credit card honest review space is now pretty much dead. It's all just influencers or paid shills. Is this true? This guy says it was always this. Don't get your news from random YouTubers. I'm a random YouTuber. People are so gullible. That's why the entire influencer industry exists. I'll say this. This guy said, this guy was commenting how years ago, Doctor of Credit stopped posting affiliate links because there was language in these professional affiliate links that he was getting from companies where he would get an affiliate link that doesn't expire. Because like the affiliate link I get as a consumer that I can share with like my friends or whatever, those expire usually every few months, maybe like 6 months at max. But if you're a big influencer, right, points guy, Doctor of Credit, you can get affiliate links from these banks where they don't expire and those exist on your card. But then they turn around and give you some like language on the back end that essentially will try and dictate things that you can and cannot say about this card on their website. So Doctor of Credit, this was years ago. Doctor of Credit, 2014. He stopped doing that. And I think that's cool. I think that's cool that he did that. And he says in that article, again, this is from 2014, but he says in this article that like he was never asked to take down stuff that he said, and he did go against some of the language and the rules. But he still said, I'm going to take it down because I just don't want people questioning. So highly recommend Doctor of Credit. Points Guy, I don't know for sure, and I'm not knocking Points Guy. I mean, Points Guy has some of the best travel content out there. I mean, it's super good. It's one of the few newsletters I get in my email, and I just really enjoy seeing the content. But they're all what you'll see this top offer from our partners, right? And then you can see how we choose. Points of staff using a player account on a daily basis. If anyone on staff wouldn't recommend an offer to a friend or family member, we wouldn't recommend it. Points Guy, our opinions are our own. And have not been reviewed, approved, or endorsed by our advertising partners. Okay, so there's their little disclaimer that they say that. The thing that's weird to me though is they're always marketing the platinum. Like I feel like they are constantly shilling the platinum card. And look, Points Guy gets his own. Whatever that's even like in the URL. TBG, yeah. So like he gets this link is pretty much going to exist forever for him because they are an official partner. So yeah, there are own have not been reviewed, approved, or endorsed, but it wouldn't be a surprise to me that there's language given to them about things they can and cannot say. And I feel like I see articles all the time that they put out about the platinum card, about just like how great it is. And, let's see. These are looking at Delta. There's been a lot of Delta stuff coming out recently, but anyways, it's not worth getting into. I just feel like I frequently see articles about the Amex Platinum card on Points Guy, and I'm just like, come on, like, it's a good card. It's a good card. It's not for everybody. And Points Guy is such a widespread platform. I just wonder, like, do they have to promote it as hard as they do? I'm not really sure. The thing about this are these paid shills. I got less than 500 subscribers, y'all. I don't know. No one's paying me to say anything. So I guess if you believe that all the big YouTubers are paid, then you could watch small YouTubers. But I'll be honest, I know, like I've DM'd with a few of the larger YouTube guys, and the ones that I've talked to, I trust, and I don't think they're getting paid the way that this Reddit post potentially thinks they're being paid. So yeah, it's like if I put out a video that is the best, whatever, yeah, no one's paying me to say that. Is it possible that other people are being paid, and they're being paid to not only say good things about one card, but also not mentioning Discover cards? Anything's possible, right? We live in the world of influence. I only trust I know my credit card point information. Hey, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate you. Anything is possible in the world of influencing, right? Like, we just live in a new world here in 2023. Everyone's paid to say everything. So yeah, I mean, I think if you're wondering, is my favorite credit card YouTuber being paid to say something, throw it in their comments and ask them, and see if they respond, because I think that would say a lot. Or DM them on Instagram or something. I can tell you, I am not shilled. I'm not a shill. I'm not being paid to say anything. So when I tell you to go get those Chase business cards, when I tell you not to get the Amex Platinum, these ones on the bottom of my screen right now, where Ryan's thing, I say my favorite cards on here. I don't even remember what I have listed on here. I think I have Chase Sapphire Preferred. I'm gonna have to change that, because right now it's the Capital One Venture X. That would be one of my favorite cards right now. The Amex Blue Cash Every Day. I love the Amex Blue Cash Every Day, y'all. I've talked about this before. It is such an underrated card. Amex is not paying me to say this. no annual fee, 3% on groceries, 3% of online retail, 3% on gas, $200 cash back after you spend $2,000. I mean, this is just a great card. It's a great card. Anyways, are your favorite YouTubers paid shills? Maybe. Just ask them, and then listen to their videos, and you can decide if you want to trust them or not. What we got? Discover cards, straightforward, boring, and reliable. 5x cashback and rotating categories. That's it. Wonder how you could talk 5 minutes about it. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, that guy must really love Discover, right? That guy that wrote that Reddit post. Listen, I don't got anything against it. The only thing with rotating categories, which I'm sure you'd probably agree, you have to activate the rotating categories. Chase, I don't have Discover, so if someone does, you can tell me. Chase makes it super easy. You get an email in your inbox, and you literally click this one big green button, and it just automatically does it. So that's for the Chase Freedom Flex. So that's like the only thing. But this is the Discover. This is just the Discover It cashback. So you said rotating category. There's 2, right? Isn't there multiple Discover It's? Discover It cashback, student cash, secured, travel, gas, and restaurants. Man, they have so many. This doesn't look. I thought you were right. There's rotating. Am I just missing it? This is it, right? 5% cashback on everyday purchases at different places each quarter. Right. I'm an idiot. Okay. Yeah, I'm an idiot. So it changes every quarter. Yeah, let's look at their calendar. So January and March, it was grocery stores, drugstores, select streaming, restaurants and wholesale, gas stations, digital wallets, Amazon.com, Target. Yeah, I don't know. If that Reddit post is like trying to say, can we go all the way back? If he's saying that Discover is the best, I mean, any card that is rotating categories, I would feel hard to say was the best because it takes so much work to navigate where I'm getting the 5%. So, no. City. If I really want 5% back on a specific category that got to nail down, I'm going to do something like the City Custom Cash, right? You're going to get 5% cash back on your top eligible spend. These are the categories, includes restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores. So like if I know I need 5% cash back for gas station, I'm going to look at something like this, only use that card for gas stations. Then I'm going to figure out another card that can do like restaurants and grocery stores, right? The MX Gold, maybe do something like Chase Freedom Unlimited, right? That's only 2%, but you get what I'm saying. There's cards that you can get 3% even in restaurants and grocery stores. The only one who has a B for paying attention to Discover's Freedom Flex is original poster, apparently. Yeah. Oh man. I don't know how to say your username, but you're making me laugh. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. So anyways, the bottom line here is I wouldn't be too concerned about people shilling cards. I do think some of the massive platforms very clearly, Points Guy, for instance, there's some influence there, I think, to put out maybe it's just that you have to put out a certain amount of articles per quarter, per year or something like that. So I don't really know. So got final question here as we get ready to close. Hey mate, could you explain to me what's the goal of stream? Just the chat, man. Just the chat. I love the world of credit cards and travel hacking. I'm putting out videos on my trying to put more specific videos on my channel every single week. But I have this exact style of chat I have with people every day. I'm talking to people constantly about credit cards. And so I just wanted to put a consistent place where anybody could jump on and ask questions and jump in the comments and ask me questions on Instagram, and that I would be available to just talk. So it's a little all over the place, but I think that's also kind of the point because everybody's situation is different, and you never know where somebody's coming from and what they're really looking for. So yeah, if someone's in the chat and has a specific question, I love when I'm on here on Monday nights, jump on, ask a question. It's going to give me some content. But typically, just so you know my line of thinking, I'm going to go, when I get ready to do this on Monday nights, I go to the credit card subreddit. I go to the top post, and I go to the last week, and I just see, hey, what's hot? Like what is really important to the credit card community, and I kind of start there. And if I have any self things that I got going on, like I talked about a hotel I'm using in Jersey to go to a cruise in Manhattan. Talked about my experience with Capital One Venture X after having it for 2 weeks. Like I'm gonna hit those things too, because I mean they're just relevant to me. So that's kind of the goal. So just kind of hang out. If I can make them more defined in the future, I might. But if I have something really defined, I want to do a full video on it. So, and honestly, right now, guys, I got less than 500 subscribers. So there's not a ton of people watching live. These probably only get like 100 views, even post. And like my main videos, the one I posted last week just hit over 1,000 views, which I'm super pumped about. My Europe video is my most watched, as like, I don't know, 15,000 views or something. Like those are way better for my channel. This is just fun. I just do it for fun. Okay. Have you read any data points on getting approved Venture X after getting denied? No, I have not. But so I'll put this back on screen. So this guy's saying, have you read any data points on getting approved for the Capital One Venture X after maybe previously getting denied? No, I mean, it'd be interesting to search the subreddit, right? Venture X approval. Yeah, I would just have to do Venture X approval after getting denied. Let's see. I don't know. What's this? Submitted. This is 1 year ago. You know. So no, I'll have to keep an eye out. But you know, you can do this. You seem pretty knowledgeable, right? I would just keep an eye on this subreddit. The thing I put this in my video. The weird thing is there are data points showing up on that subreddit all the time about the Venture X. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing it roll in. I think you're probably not seeing them because everyone that's getting denied and getting 3 hits, because Capital One pulls credit reports from all the 3 major credit bureaus, right? So I think what you're probably seeing is people that are getting denied are now scared, so they don't want to reapply. So there's just probably limited data points out there. But they do have the pre-approval tool. So if you got previously denied, maybe try the pre-approval tool. Again, even though I think it's a little gimmicky, I'm not totally sure if it's legit. But you could try that. And yeah, of course, if you think you get approved, throw that in Reddit so other people can see the same thing and maybe do it. All right, we're gonna end it there. Thanks for hanging. We're here almost an hour, guys. So this was fun. I'll be back next Monday night. And yeah, I don't know what my next video is coming out, but if you haven't seen my latest video on the Venture X, go check that out, and we'll go from there. All right, love y'all. Till next time.